You know, when I'm back there, I cannot make out people's faces. Well, it's so great to meet you.
We're 1 month away from Wicked for Good's release, and I couldn't be more excited. I loved the first part, from every song to the extended scenes. It all came together to help bring Oz to life, and a major part of that magic had to do with the man who controls it all, the Wizard. He's introduced as an eccentric yet private magician who works miracles. Everyone in Oz loves him and takes his word as law, making them the picture of loyal citizens. Elphaba used to be the same way, until she learned the dark truth about her idol. Almost everything he says and does is a lie. Honesty isn't a con man's strong suit, which is why I'm taking today's video to go over what I believe the Wizard's biggest lies will be in Wicked for Good.
Belinda? What you looking at there? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's a bit much.
Number 1. Dorothy's quest is fake. Anyone who has seen the original Wizard of Oz learned the truth about the Wizard a long time ago. He's a con artist who will tell no shortage of lies to get his way, which is why he exploits Dorothy 2 seconds after meeting her. He doesn't even give her a chance to ask more questions or learn more about the Wicked Witch before he sends her packing on a quest that might have cost her life. If a squadron of soldiers and a country's worth of civilians can't catch the witch, what made the Wizard so sure that Dorothy stood a chance? It doesn't add up, and since we know the Wizard from Wicked will send Dorothy on the same quest, it seems like a wild goose chase. Maybe he's desperate, but logically speaking, sending a young woman from Kansas who has never fought a day in her life isn't his best idea. As the story goes on, Dorothy goes to the Wizard to ask for the way home. Everyone, and I mean everyone, tells her that the Wizard possesses great magical power and can make her wish come true. Yet when she reaches the Emerald City, the Wizard says he will help her if she defeats the witch and brings back her broom as proof. We, the viewers, know that he has no magical talent and can't get her home, so it does make sense to send her away on a lethal mission so she can't expose his secrets. If she did manage to kill his longtime enemy, that would be a bonus. So Dorothy's quest was never about going home, but it was about fulfilling his crazed vendetta.
Now, I don't know if your eyes have already fallen upon this long and winding path. Do you see that?
Number 2. Elphaba's intentions. Aside from sending Dorothy on her mission doomed to fail, the other major lie that will impact the rest of the film concerns Elphaba. The last we saw of her, she fulfilled her lifelong dream of meeting the Wizard. Unfortunately, after reading a spell out of the Grimoire, she realized his magic was nothing more than a con and that he was the one behind the missing animals. She takes the Grimoire and escapes, becoming a fugitive with a plan to out the Wizard and save the animals. While we know her intentions are noble, the Ozians do not, and they believe whatever the Wizard tells them. To protect his image, he spins a dark tale about Elphaba. His smear campaign spreads throughout Oz and leads to Elphaba becoming the Wicked Witch. She's so entrenched in the title that most Ozians don't know her real name. Elphaba knows she can't beat the allegation, so she uses her new title to her advantage while staging rescues and protests. It's smart of her to write messages in the clouds where no one can chase her down. Unfortunately, it appears that her warnings will fall on deaf ears, as the Wizard and Madame Morrible lie to the public about Elphaba's evil ways.
Elphaba! Elphaba! You are talking to the Wizard of Oz!
Number 3. His origin story. There are many things to learn about the Wizard, but they don't get much attention in The Wizard of Oz or Broadway's Wicked. They only have so much time to tell his story, and the Wizard makes a compelling villain without diving into his backstory. Yet the film adaptation has double the runtime and the means to sprinkle in little details here and there that tell us so much, without the use of dialogue or flashbacks. So, most Ozians believe the Wizard arrived one day destined to read from the ancient Grimoire. The spellbook could only be read by someone with real innate magic, and no one in Oz could decipher the pages. The Wizard went along with it, pretended to decipher the Grimoire, and then used his stage and puppetry skills to make his lies more believable. The Ozians bought it, turned him into someone to revere, and then never ask questions. Decades later, Elphaba got close enough to see his illusion crumble, and that's where we learn the truth. From the hot air balloon to the circus signs and storage, his origins are pretty straightforward. Like Dorothy, he found himself in Oz by accident. Lost in his hot air balloon, he used his skills from Earth and performing in the circus to pull off an impressive and believable con. He's just a normal human after all, one with a bad habit of lying.
When we open it up, inside...
That's you.
Well, it is me. Yeah, it is me.
Number 4. Glinda's power. Speaking of a desire for power, he and Glinda have that in common. From the moment she arrived at Shiz, she wanted to train with Madame Morrible. Unfortunately, it's not until Elphaba puts in a good word for her that she gets the chance, and even then, Morrible makes it clear she doesn't want her there. Without Elphaba's natural talent, Glinda uses a training wand, but mastering magic doesn't come easily. She struggles throughout the latter half of the film, even with Elphaba's help, making it seem like she doesn't possess the inner power to become a real witch. Glinda chooses to stay behind when Elphaba takes the Grimoire. Her loyalty to Oz comes with a few perks, like becoming the face of the anti-Elphaba campaign. The Wizard and Madame Morrible know that Glinda's a former friend of Elphaba's, so they use her to enrich their narrative. With some new dresses, the training wand, and the Wizard's theatrics to help her out, she transforms into Glinda the Good. In an instant, she becomes a public icon and a hero for Ozians to rally behind, when in reality she had little power or prospect to begin with. They would also be surprised to know that she doesn't hate Elphaba at all and would likely help her if given the chance.
The Wicked Witch of the West is dead.
Number 5. The Animals in Oz. Aside from the characters, the Wizard has a few more lies going that may impact the future of Oz. The one that started it all included his opinions on the intelligent animals, who once shared the same rights as average citizens. Elphaba's very own nanny and caretaker growing up happened to be a bear, but by the time she enrolls in Shiz, the school has fired many of their animal professors. Halfway through the story, a heartbreaking scene unfolds in which Dr. Dillamond loses his job and is forcibly removed from his classroom by the authorities. Immediately after, the new history professor enters with a cage and a lion cub, stating that all animals need to be contained so they will never learn to speak or evolve. Before this point, we often hear about the animals and their disappearances. Some of them disappear from their homes and workplaces, while others willingly go into hiding to protect themselves. No one knows why this change is happening, but no one questions it either. It's not until Elphaba meets the Wizard that she realizes he's behind everything. He came from a circus where they contain and control animals by keeping them in cages. It's the stereotypical elephants and lions in a small boxcar scenario. But of course, he doesn't want his adoring Ozians to know he's behind something so horrible. That's why his involvement was kept hush-hush in the first place.
She never showed, and no one's seen her since.
Many animals have gone missing or are actually leaving.
Number 6. He's behind the tornado. Since the Wizard can't do magic, he needed to find a loyal ally who could help make his act look more believable in a pinch. The only other witch we meet in Wicked is the headmistress of Shiz, Madame Morrible. She takes Elphaba under her wing and teaches her to control her powers. It's implied that she can do an assortment of magic as she teaches Elphaba how to levitate objects, but her real talent is in controlling the weather. She can push back storm clouds with a wave of her hand, and she can create tornadoes. Yes, in one of the trailers we see Morrible conjure a tornado. I'll admit that she's just as cunning and deceptive as the Wizard, but they're also a team that benefits from one another's success. The plan to create a tornado and potentially blame it on Elphaba could be a plan he hatched on his own. The execution, while flawless, will have devastating results. There's no way it wouldn't hit a few houses in Oz or even drop a house in Munchkinland, ultimately crushing its governor.
It's so great to meet. Hang on, what's that?
What?
I'm so sorry, may I?
Sure,
Okay,
yes.
no, it's okay.
I'm a firm believer that lies can't last forever. Eventually, the truth will come out, and the bigger the lie, the worse the consequences for telling it. I'll admit that it's frustrating to watch Ozians do or say whatever the Wizard tells them to, but I hope they'll have the mind to cast out a con artist once Elphaba and Dorothy's joint efforts reveal who the Wizard really is. Oz is in desperate need of new leadership, and I know a few friends perfect for the job. Unfortunately, I don't think fate will reunite them. Oh well, I'll settle for the Wizard getting the wake-up call he sorely deserves. What do you think? Is the Wizard's time in Oz coming to an end? Is he contributing to his own downfall? Let us know in the comments below.
How do I reverse it?
Reverse?
How do I reverse it?
A spell from the Grimoire can never be reversed.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Flying around Oz, reporting back on any seditious animal activity.
Seditious animal activity, what does that mean?
Elsie, I'm sure the Wizard has a good reason.